To life.
Domus?
Oh,
Dionysius.
Dionysius.
The god of tits
God
and
of-
wine.
God, so good. So henceforth, I shall not participate
Actually, no.
in your libations.
I do not believe in
Am I a
Dionysius.
joke to you?
Henceforth, I cannot be participating in these your traditions and this your tapping of bottles. And also,
Wait.
I
so
endorse
A
it.
libation can
wait.
also mean just a drink.
just the drink.
Just
is
a
it?
drink.
Okay.
As in just.
All right.
You
But
can
that's
pour
not
out
what.
a libation, but
So now, go to my next question. This is your tradition, Abi, libation.
homeboy.
Why is it that women are not allowed to tap the drink?
You see. Anyways.
No.
Look,
You said?
I was wondering when it came to
Hey.
Pip, I said,
we started recording.
no, I've not started.
We've started.
You have not started. Nobody's recording you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nobody's recording you. When he said, I just come to say hi. From where?
Oh, no vex, Morgan.
So you stopped.
How you dey?
Stopped our production
I have
because
not started.
because you want take.
Now preamble is
This
what
man.
they do. I better come.
This man, he looked at the preview. He
I was just
he
seeing
said,
at the
"Don't
monitor."
record, don't record, don't record." I will-
It
was.
was.
Yeah, don't worry.
Say, don't worry.
I am worried.
I mean, me too.
Mr. Peters.
Okay, no, please, you have to come and tell us when you are recording now.
No, nobody
going
will
to
tell you.
record
Just
it
keep
now.
it.
No, we might.
We're mid gist somewhere. So where do you want to start from? Welcome
We
to
have to start from the
Accidental
beginning
Discharge.
now.
So am I allowed to do my stuff? Are they going to come and flag us off? Oh, we're flagged off already.
I don't even know now. We thought we had started before.
So-
Like now, I'm just lost.
To be fair,
Eh?
this is an accidental discharge.
But there is no discharge.
Wait, hang on. Why do you have these here?
This guy.
Oh my God!
You see, sometimes you think they're having people directly. Sometimes you think that you having people helps you, but clearly we can see
My goodness.
that we have just been bamboozled.
Anywho,
So where were we? So I was saying these libations, these traditions.
Why
this
don't
tapping
women
of
do it?
bottles- Yeah, why are women not allowed to do it?
no, we've changed it now.
Ah.
Women are allowed to do it now.
So there was a woman here you'll have given us.
You know, this is pre-drink.
This is pre-drink.
It's
There's
pre-drink to
something
tap
wrong with
it.
me this weekend, because I mean, he speaks and I hear innuendos. You know, it's just
Oh,
Oh, you hear it?
touches.
That's what she said. That's what he said. That's what she said.
I mean,
What did he say?
yeah. I mean, he started off with those. Anyways, go on, please.
So if so, the woman here you'd have asked her to touch it too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like the chairs.
Yeah, but when people are
like
when people are
chairs.
toasting, everyone toasts. Right?
The
But I find
Germans
that
say
whenever I see
Schlanter.
people doing this thing, like there can be 5 women here, but they'll just skip them. They just give to the guys. And I'm like,
You know, the new
So maybe I'll re-participate in
new
it.
Nigeria is.
But also, I don't think so. I just think like a pointless thing. Like
But you cheers to drinks, don't
I'm
you?
sure. I mean, you toast.
You toast.
Exactly.
You
When
have
toast
you
to
say your
something-
Elheim Schlanter.
What? No, I don't. What's
L'chaim.
that? That's is Jewish.
Jewish
Am I Jewish?
to life.
Why would I do it?
You're toasting to
so-
life.
So if
was
you're
some-
speaking
That's
a-
afterwards. That's
Yes, no. If you're just saying if you're just saying a toast in a different language, then that's fine. But you're saying that's a tradition thing. Like
but
I have to understand why
the
you're
toasting
doing that
is a
thing.
tradition, isn't it?
The,
could
the,
say that,
the
but like-
tradition was somewhat patriarchal, if you ask me.
Yeah, of course.
But
Yeah.
I mean, but that's because it was
A time when only
masculine
men drank.
tradition,
Yeah. But for me, with traditions, I like to, and I feel like traditions, cultures can change.
Yeah.
I'm not these people that be like
Yeah,
culture.
culture changes.
because culture
You need
is-
to want to change it, yeah.
Culture is the way of
It's
life
present.
people in a time.
In a time.
Yes, in a place, in a time. So that could have been their time, and they may actually have a fantastically good reason why they were touching bottles.
And then it got lost in
And
translation.
yeah, and
here
nobody
we are.
just thought to pass it
Yeah.
on. Just say, no, you must do this. No, you must do it.
It's ironic that the exact same thing that prevents culture from changing is the same thing that's more usually than likely compels that same tradition
Traditions.
to change.
Yeah.
That's the communication or lack of it.
I think it's more discretion. Yeah, you need to understand why
It's happening.
in the first place.
Yeah.
So the
That
first
same
step is actually
understanding.
understanding why
why,
we do
yeah.
a tradition.
Yeah.
I guess we do this thing where we go what do they call it? Social conditioning.
Yeah.
Of course, that's daily
Social,
life.
religious.
Yeah, you just wake up
conditioning,
and because the thing is like this,
yeah, you just follow.
might as
follow.
well go ahead and follow it. But so, ladies and gentlemen, our word for you this week: fuck the status quo. Challenge everything.
That's your word for them. Wow, thanks. So, what do you guys think
Is
about?
that not a good word?
Was it a word?
It's the word.
Oh, the word.
It's an
okay.
expression now. Don't be
okay, the
literal.
word-
Don't be
oh,
literal.
sorry,
What's
my
wrong
bad.
with you?
Sorry, when people say the word, but they expect like one word.
Come on,
I
fam.
challenge that.
That's okay.
And here we are.
You already
practicing.
you just explained that it's not literal, so there's no need to challenge.
But here we
it.
are practicing
I've
it
accepted
literally
I double challenge that.
You don't challenge what?
because
I've
he
already
can.
agreed.
He can.
What are you challenging?
But
I mean,
I don't
He's
agree.
challenging
oh,
your
you don't
agreement.
agree. You think it should be a word?
It should be what it wants to be.
Oh my God.
If I can
Self-determination.
identify-
Bruno.
If I can identify as a plant today, why shouldn't I challenge everything else?
You're right.
Thank
What do you guys think about when you're flying?
Sorry?
Like if you're in a plane.
Okay, because when he said flying,
You thought you were high?
is he trying? Because shots Edo, you say flying.
Guilty conscious came to play. It came to play.
Yeah, no, not that, Peter. So sorry. I'm sorry for how that made
I
you
mean,
felt.
He was literally looking at me and saying,
No.
I was looking that
I
way.
was about to say, like, what do you mean by you guys?
Honestly,
Okay, go on.
I try my very best to be very blank and just distract myself because there was an instance where there was turbulence. I was coming in from Lagos. There was heavy turbulence, and you could hear everybody praying in whatever religion they believed in. And I was laughing because I knew it was how many times the plane crashes? Once. It only needs to crash once.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So I'm very. It's out of my hands now. Let's just get to the destination.
So you think about nothing. I'm not even asking you in terms of crashes, or like just like what generally goes
So
through your
I
mind when you
basically have butterflies. See, the scariest part of flights for me
Is your takeoff?
Is yes.
Yeah.
See, there's that bit where, you literally are lifting off and then you feel these butterflies in your belly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that feeling. That's for me. That's I hate it. So, what do I think about? Okay, it's similar to the thoughts that go through my mind when I'm on those theme park rides.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, the scariest one. I can't remember what it was called. It was more than 10 years ago.
Is it that one that goes up,
Yeah,
then faces you
and
down,
then
then drops?
No, it stops for
Yeah.
yeah,
Then
so
then it
so
faces
think
you
about
down
Your life and your
Yeah, it gives you time to
yeah,
pay.
it just belts down.
Excellent.
into a dark abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've not been on that one, but
so
I've
I mean,
seen
it doesn't
videos.
even
Man.
have to be a dark abyss or anything. But yeah, I remember one particular time I said, Peter, you're an archangel. You're flying. You have wings, but hold up your seatbelt because you had drinks and you don't know where you're flying to.
Wait, you
I
go on the
was-
roller coaster
Yeah.
pasted.
So, I had this extremely adventurous girlfriend. I think she was a maniac because
You think?
no, I mean,
I mean, you dated her, so you would know.
yeah, I mean, she was always keen and ready to get on those rides, and I mean, there was zero element of it. Like this, she was looking forward to the, like she was Peter. I'm like, I'm shutting my eyes consciously because I don't want to, be 100% in the moment. I want to at
Yeah.
least psych myself to go through it because this babe, like, you go on a ride. And it was one of those horrible ones where, like, they had different points where
Yeah.
They'll take your
twists and
picture.
turns,
Yeah.
so half of me is trying to, like,
Not,
count.
not look terrible for the picture.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I
I don't know why people
yeah.
bother.
So she is proper smiling, and I know she'll definitely call me a pussy, like, when she sees the picture.
Picture.
So part of me is like, just try and, like, show your eye and act like, you're sleeping and there's dead silence.
What?
Forget about what's happening. Just, keep telling yourself things that will help you through this thing. And she's, Papa, Peter, look, you're going to miss all of it. I know what I'm going through. I'm not missing anything, I promise
Also,
you.
Peter, ouch.
Oh, sorry. That was...
You know what's weird? I find closing my eyes on roller coasters
Worse
scarier
Than opening your eyes.
than opening my eyes. I feel like if I don't see it coming,
Wow, that's what she said.
There's no way you can miss any of
My
that. I mean,
goodness.
with the wind and like, you know, the
nah,
motion,
I would rather
people
see it.
screaming
I'd
and
rather
stuff.
see it. I would rather have my eyes open.
I find that when I'm flying, I'm most always thinking about the quickest way to get out of the plane in case of a crash with the things most valuable to
Yeah,
me.
but it's very. Am I bad? So, anyways, so see, that's the thing. So you see how I said like it reminds me of like the roller coaster,
Yeah.
right? But you see, what soothes me is like when there's turbulence, right? And I'm a little bit agitated. You know, obviously, you understand why there's turbulence.
Yeah.
So for me, it will get through.
It
this.
makes
It's just
sense.
the package,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, I start getting. Is happy the word? I stop worrying about everything that's happening, and I start getting entertained, watching.
Other people. Same.
For me,
Same.
it becomes like a
It becomes comedy.
You're actually
Yeah,
an
so-
idiot.
No,
I know,
honestly.
honestly,
that's why I said I start laughing.
Yeah.
It's not like
I mean, you're not a
funny
bad
hard
person,
guy,
but
It's like
So like,
but it's funny to me. Like,
for me is a distraction. Like from the moment when I'm even booking my seat, if I can be at the emergency exit, I'd rather be there.
we're in front or at the back.
In whichever one, as long as I'm next to it.
Close to the
actually
exit
want
door.
to
The
be
closer,
at the
yeah.
back.
As long as I'm close to an emergency exit, I'm okay. Once I sit down, I begin to watch who is in front of me, who can block my road, who do I think will panic first? Would I rather go through the aisle or climb over people's seats because of this person or that person? Like, that's what goes through my mind all the time. And then I'm watching people and I'm watching at the mirror throughout. Okay, someone is sleeping. Will he sleep through? If there's turbulence, will he wake up? Like, I'm just thinking about how can I survive if this plane goes down?
So you see, the weird thing about me is I'm actually more afraid of being alive than dying. I am not afraid to die.
No, I mean, I'm not
So-
afraid to die. I'm okay
so-
dying, but like,
I'm not okay dying.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
I want it on record that I want to live forever.
what?
So
Do you really want to live forever?
it's actually possible
To live forever?
Yeah,
If
because it's been proven that like the human
don't
cell
have
can
to die,
the human cell can
I know I'll get bored along the
close to
line, but
eternity, can live forever.
I don't know what's on the other side.
I mean, the thing about living forever is the parameters, right? So like,
Yeah,
what
Your
happens?
loved ones.
You age.
The
you
fear-
stay-
the-
you
my
stay
biggest
fully
problem is-
healthy.
It's my loved
you need
ones.
to understand what happens when you age. It's basically cells dying and replicating. Each
Yeah.
time a cell dies and another one replaces it. It basically, so each time a cell is born, it's basically a copy of something that existed before. So as it keeps like dying and coming back,
Awesome.
you know, getting replaced, what you get are like false copies of the previous. So they start degrading over time,
Yeah.
which is why you see all the aging and wrinkling and everything. So if you can prolong the lifespan of
Cells.
the cells, yeah, you will basically look younger. And you
Yeah,
know,
that's why I say it
live
depends on the
longer, like,
parameters. Like,
that's the magic behind, you know, most of the vampires. We have
Yeah.
Pharrell, J-Lo, Halle Berry, you know, Gwen Stefani and everything. It's down to your diet, basically. You want to avoid alcohol. You want to avoid, basically, you want to remove like your insulin resistance
I mean,
and all that.
over
There
time.
are things that have been proven, increase polyphenols in your blood and everything. You basically
so
look
you have to stop
super
drinking,
young.
man. And not you, the person that wants to live forever. And I drank again.
I'm the
Yeah.
one who declared I want to live forever, innit?
Yeah, so
I think
yeah.
there's a book. What's the name of that book?
How
by
to never die? How to live forever?
No, one of those. I think. Anyway, it explains why all you said, and I mean over time, famine used to kill half the population. Mankind has basically solved famine. Moving forward, diseases used to kill like a quarter to the rest of the half who haven't died,
Yeah.
and we've curbed most of it. Humankind has basically elongated. I mean, I don't think
Yeah, we
humans
used to-
have lived
It was 55, 45 back then.
Now is what, 70? It's up to 70?
77.
Yeah, if you
something,
don't have
yeah.
something tragic kill you.
Yeah.
So humankind has solved a lot of the things that used to kill them. We're still, that's what science does. It still tries to elongate human, because consciously or unconsciously, that's what science is trying to do, elongate our lives.
Well,
So at this point,
yeah, naturally, yeah.
But doesn't, I mean,
corporations are
didn't
working in the
people
opposite direction.
live
Yeah.
longer in the past?
no,
No?
they didn't, no. I mean,
No.
depending on what time, I mean, no.
Several facets
Plagues.
of civilization.
Plagues killed
but
Yeah.
ton of people.
No, yes,
a
plagues,
modern plague. Yeah.
but if you talk outside, but people's lives,
No.
like,
I don't think humankind has had a longer life expectancy that we do right now.
no, because the thing is, yes, okay, you can
Of any
if you look at
civilization.
life expectancy, you can look at it. You look at it more like an average, and like if you consider, we haven't had like big wars in a long time.
Yeah, we've
So when
also
you
curbed wars.
So
We've also curbed
Yes,
wars.
but even with that, are people living as what's the oldest person currently?
120 something.
120 something. Yeah. So, but what's the record?
Okay, you see, we can't look at it that way
Why not?
because those are single individuals. We have to look at
No,
the group.
no, but the thing
I
is,
actually think that it's possible
the
that
thing- the thing-
we lived longer. People
live longer in the past. The thing is, yes,
by how much?
but
I
that's
don't
why I
know
say
how much.
when you say with the group, the thing is the group have external things that can affect them.
Yeah.
Because when you say
We
like
also
wars,
actually have more
so
things
like
that are killing us
if,
right now than them.
If 1 million people died from a war in a period, all their ages will be calculated and using the average to come up with life expectancy.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So like it alters the figures.
Yeah.
So it's actually I feel like people lived longer
If
just on
So if you look at it this way, people in settlements, urban settlements, we're talking 1,000 years or whatever, you know, Roman Empire, blah blah blah, Byzantine, you know, people who lived in urban settlements, you know, started dying at really young ages, compared to the ones that were
in
savages,
the rural.
you know. It wasn't particularly like because of a change in diet and everything. The primary factor why people were dying was because they were prone to disease. So you ask yourself, look, you know, you have a more civilized way of living. Why are people dying? It turned out that, you know, sanitation was the primary factor influencing deaths.
Yeah,
Same
bubonic
as
plague
like,
and
you know,
all
like
of them.
the Black Plague and everything. They found out that, look,
Rats.
you know, the Black Plague in Europe where, like, you know, infant mortality or, you know, mortality or something, you know, for women giving birth to children, like, it was a primary cause of death. And, you know, people couldn't understand why people were
because
dying
back
after
in the
giving
day-
birth to children and stuff. And they realized that it was because there was no sanitation, you know, with, like, the utensils they used to, like, deliver these babies. And, like, even after they deliver them, like, they weren't taking proper care to make sure the women, you know, with, like, you know, cuts, wounds and injuries were, like, properly bandaged
Sutured
and,
and
you know,
stuff.
so you know, the doctor who found this, that
1900s.
they laughed. No. They mocked and laughed at him. You know, revoked his license. He was disgraced. You know, until I think a decade or something. It took
A
quite a
long
while,
time, close.
you know, for them
40,
to
50
realize
years
that
later.
this man was actually correct. You know, that was actually what. And after, like, they you know, they listened to his advice and everything, this shit went down. Boom. You know, it plummeted. So basically, same thing, like modern, you know, urbanization and everything, you know, people built townhouses and everything, streets, markets and everything, but sanitation was horrible. So, you know, most of, like, you know, the Black Plague caused by rats and everything, but, like, the savages living in, like, the forests were living longer because they lived in tree huts and everything, open fields, you know. Whenever they, like, you know, messed the place up and everything, the rains
So,
washed everything
yeah.
away. Do you get what I mean?
Well, look at. I think we can look at it this way. Yeah, modernization brought a lot
Yeah.
of ways
yeah, so
to
it solved
curb
problems, but
the
it
old
created new
ways.
ones.
Yeah, it solved the problems. The problems we have or they had
Yeah.
at that point,
Mhm.
but then it created more problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Same as
like
right now.
all the rural, personally, I think people who tribes that have not been discovered,
Have people
like the
that-
tribes in the Amazon or wherever,
Yep.
they should remain undiscovered. Because anytime they come in contact with humans, what you don't even know, you just go and give somebody COVID. And then you wipe out the tribe. That's exactly what happens to most of these tribes.
Well, yes.
They're isolated.
So I feel like health living long also a lot has to do with like mental and physical well-being, right? And I feel like the more advanced, the more world grows, the more population grows, the more people are dealing with more, especially mental health issues that really affect your body. So like, even when you look at the age of people who are getting things like cancer or high blood pressure,
It's low- it's getting
dropping,
lower.
it's
It's getting
dropping
lower.
lower and lower every year.
It's getting
Like,
lower.
yes.
Yes.
People are dying in their 30s from high blood pressure.
Oh, okay,
And
I see
cancer.
what you mean,
Yeah.
And cancer.
You know, and
There's a why.
before
There's a why.
Before
But why?
Before these things were things reserved for people over there. They would,
No.
if you go to hospital, they will never check you for those things until you hit like
no,
60.
No.
What? Yes.
So what it is back then, you see,
When you say back then, what do you mean?
I'm talking about like
40,
2,
50 years
3
ago.
decades, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, so
They didn't used to check these
a
things.
lot of people who had cancer and whatnot were well-off people. You know, lots of people who could afford a certain lifestyle. Back then, you know, you had like the advent of like, you know, modernized ways of processing foods and stuff, and it wasn't available to just everyone. You know, industrialization and mechanization of, you know, processes led to, you know, the availability of these foods and these you know, edibles and everything can avail to literally everyone. Mass production,
Yes.
everyone could afford it after all. And what happened, there was an explosion in cancer rates and most of all these ailments, diabetes, cancers of this or that.
Yes,
thing.
but what was the age group that was suffering from these things?
So you see, if you're looking at age group, then you'll be misleading yourself, because it was not about age group. The older people back then were getting it because they could afford the things that were causing it. Now it's available to everyone. Most times, like, look, I've seen lots of parents feed their children noodles. Hell, horrible. Can't be feeding like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old noodles to eat. I mean, lots of people do that. It's processed foods. It's not, absolutely not good for a young growing baby. So now a lot more people from a younger age can afford these poisons that attack your system. By the time you get to like 22, 23, you're getting ovarian cancer or breast cancer or
So, okay,
this
let me
cancer.
ask
Yeah,
you
no,
this
but,
question.
but sorry, before you,
Yeah.
the people who could afford it before, were they not feeding younger people these things?
No, so there are much older people. People,
Yeah,
you know,
but they would have
no, but
kids too, right?
You know, wealth is accumulated. Yeah.
No,
so
yeah.
when after, you know, a period of experience and everything, your capacity to earn it increases. You can afford more things and stuff. So
Yeah, no.
older people were the ones who were consuming most of these things. It's just like margarine. It's pure poison.
I mean, but people have been eating, even young people have been eating margarine for a long
What I'm
time.
saying,
Yes,
what I'm
it's
saying
World War
is,
II.
another thing is, thanks to science, we now understand something like cancer better. So cancer might have been killing people 100 years ago, and they do not know what, so they do not have it recorded, yeah, whether rich or poor, especially poor people. They'll probably just get buried amongst. But right now, there is access to medical care, and a lot of people, they will just tell you, even for poor people, they'll tell you it's cancer. So we might have more numbers right now. I'm just being specific on cancer because I fucking hate that thing. Fuck cancer.
It's a two-edged blade. Yeah.
So what I think is, I know there's 9 million types of cancer. There's this skit on, was it Family Guy or American Dad, where the guy says, it was Family Guy, where Lewis's dad says, they have found the cure for cancer, but then That's Peter Schmidt. He said they found the cure for cancer, but then the cancer industry is huge.
Oh, we've had this convo before. Come on.
I'm just bringing it back up. I'm not trying to have a conversation on it. It's like COVID. That's the point I was trying to make. COVID right now is a whole fucking industry. You understand? From paying 40K before you travel and 40K after you travel for the tests to whole economies. I mean, if you're traveling abroad, you have to settle your $2,000 somewhere for a hotel room and your tests,
Even after you,
regardless.
if you're vaccinated or not.
It's a whole economy right now. So even with the vaccines and stuff, there's money to be made. And we're living in the world of capitalism, aren't we?
Yeah.
So for like cancer, I believe a lot of these things have cures, but not for poor people.
It's if I was the pharmaceutical or medical industry or whatever it is, it'll pay me more to manage diseases than to provide cures.
That's
And
exactly what I'm saying.
basically what it is,
Thank
so.
you for saying that. That's all. That's all there is to it. There's more money in managing it than providing the cure. Because providing the cure means it stops. I mean, it's like the vaccines. They're now telling us we might have to take vaccines every year for COVID. You think Johnson & Johnson wants to lose that money? Give you vaccine once, and
Yeah,
that's
free-
that?
Free sample and now you're-
Negro, please. Moderna wants that money.
So what did you guys do this week?
My G.
Bruno, when did you come out to play? And can we access?
Literally
Can
come
we?
out
Can we?
and
Can
play.
we? Can we briefly also access the person that was in charge before you came out?
Peter was in charge.
Okay.
The guy
Can we
they call
access him?
Pete.
Tell us what he did during the week before you came on board.
He worked all week.
He worked all week.
Yeah.
Great stuff. And then you came out when?
After 4 Long Islands.
On which day?
4 Long Islands,
Friday.
though.
Friday. Where did you have these Long Islands?
We'll say 2.
Names withheld for security reasons. We'll say to the general location.
So you remember anything that happened after these 4 Long Islands?
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah. Where did you go? Where was the turn up?
It wasn't a turn up for me. It was just
No.
being out.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I was kind of pissed because we're supposed to. There was tons of traffic at that venue,
Where was the venue?
and we'll say 2. And yeah, so we're kind of like blocked because some meathead decided it was fair and just to park in the middle of the road. So we were trapped. And my friend suggested, we went into the venue to just piss away time. So we got there, got Long Island.
That became 2, that became
Now
4.
became 2. No, I'd had 2 earlier, so
Also in
so it
Wussetu.
became 3 and then became 4.
Also in Wussetu.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So at some point, Peter decided to go to bed. Bruno decided to
Come out to play. Love
come
it.
out. But Bruno was kind of calm. He just has his way of doing things.
Did you meet anyone interesting?
No, I wasn't looking to meet anyone.
Yeah, you don't have to be looking.
Actually reunited with a family friend of mine.
Ah.
So we spent most of the evening talking and everything. Didn't know he was back in Nigeria. Apparently was leaving the next morning, so coincidence and stuff. But I encountered
See, you
a
did meet
friend-
someone.
Encountered another friend
Ah.
who I had a conversation with, but after I had left the venue and was on my way home apparently, so Bruno has his way of doing things, like I said.
Yeah. We should hang out, Bruno.
You should totally hang out, bro.
I would
Miskoom-
like to hang out
Yeah,
with Bruno
fam.
myself.
Miskoom, what? And
What?
you, Bruno?
Whomst of you would like to hang out with
Did you
Bruno?
just- you just
So
switch
Peter would
in-
like to meet Bruno basically.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sucks for Peter.
Tell
Totally.
me about it.
Miskoom, how was your week?
Man. It's cool. Just Another of those weeks without anything spectacular.
Yeah.
No, nothing spectacular. Just survived. Didn't thrive. Did
Nigeria
not
did that
thrive.
too, yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
I remember a couple of weeks ago there was this, and also because we had been sanctioned by like the government, or at least Twitter was sanctioned, got
Yeah.
banned. So a ton of people were using VPNs, and
Yeah.
most people were connected via US-based IP routes.
Mhm.
So we had like the basketball game, the pre was it like a pre-event game or something to the Olympics, the basketball thing, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And Nigeria
beat the US and Australia.
Yeah. So I mean, how are things going now? I mean,
The Olympics finished today.
Yeah. I mean, who won the men's
America.
basketball?
United States of America.
Was it US?
What happened to?
Sorry,
what happened to the-
we beat US and
lost to Australia.
Argentina. Sorry, not Australia.
So what happened to the Nigerian Tigers?
I think they crashed out the
Tigers
group
in
stage.
Africa?
The Tigers.
The Tigers.
The
Yeah.
Tigers.
Mm.
But why?
It's
why
just a
Tigers?
name. It's just a name.
It's just a name.
So
Just a name.
meaningless name.
Don't go there. You don't need to go there. It's just a name. The Tigers. See, look, listen.
I
You
think I
cannot
understand.
have-
It's a metaphor.
You
It's
can-
a metaphor
for what?
So if you look at and this is just a theory, right? If you look at like the team, you don't have indigenous team members resident in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I've got it already.
Tigers are
Thanks.
not
Yeah,
staying
that's
in
that.
Africa,
Great
so,
stuff.
Hey, straight.
Wow.
Bruno
yeah,
with the
that was the
metaphors.
that was the
Bruno with the metaphors,
initially
ladies
I
and
thought it was a
gentlemen.
long reach, but that was actually really good. I have to
As
say
a proper reach.
that was actually
But listen,
no, yeah,
But
yeah.
listen, you see the Tigers. In fact,
See that
using the Tigers as a point of contact
While we failed.
of why Nigerian athletes are the way they are. Wait, I thought we were not discussing Nigeria. Anyway, they are awesome. They are fantastic.
What the Tigers?
And every single one of our athletes that went out to represent us.
Man, I saw a video. But first of all, individual athletes, so like not the team sports, the ones that do like the athletics.
field and track.
Aren't you supposed to wait till the end of the Olympics to the closing ceremony
No.
Before
Once
they
your
leave.
discipline is
before
done.
they leave? Yeah.
No, once your
Yeah,
discipline
when
is
they're
done, you
done.
leave.
Don't they have like a match pass thing at the end also?
Oh yeah, they kind of.
They
do, but
kind of
they
do,
have
but
been-
not everybody. Some people have
Oh.
tournaments that they want to get back to ASAP.
What? No, I mean that's what I said. Not
Yeah, not teams.
Not teams. Not like basketball.
Yeah,
or football.
individuals.
That one I understand. What others? During the Olympics, no athletics happens anywhere.
Yeah, none.
Exactly.
But people, as soon as their discipline is done, they leave. Like
They
Simone
leave,
Biles. Simone Biles, as soon as she came back.
Yeah. You already
She
have-
didn't
you
leave
have- you have
Tokyo.
people-
She
you
didn't
have
leave
people
Tokyo.
who
I mean,
do
but
that
she came back into
Yeah,
competition.
she did, I
She got
know.
her bronze medals and she left
Yeah,
immediately.
you
She was
can,
done.
You can have people who do like the parade and everything. Those ones wait. but,
Oh,
like, the
interesting.
athletes
Because I saw a video of the two Nigerian ladies that won being welcomed
The
back
bronze.
by the
Wrestler babe.
silver and bronze.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one silver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
being,
the wrestler babe got silver now.
being welcomed by the Minister of Sports in some very weird reception, and I just thought, the whole Olympics, everyone has said how Team Nigeria basically has been a
Utter shit.
catastrophe, and not
I believe
and
it's
not
a reflection of
and not
things.
sorry.
and not a fault of the athletes, but a fault of the ministry, the
Government.
AFN, and all of that. And I'm like, we are now trying to take credit for what these people have now done.
Yeah, that's.
It was
that's
so disgusting, and you could tell the girl was there talking, saying, "I want to thank the minister," and you just feel like
'Cause
maybe
they've
they.
been asked to say
Yeah, exactly. She just and even seemed like she was uncomfortable with the speech. Like you saw them holding a banner saying, "Oh,
Probably a
congrats."
prerequisite to
And-
get like the money they
Yeah,
promised.
maybe. It was
I don't even
to
think
me.
they're
It
going
was
to get their
so
bonuses.
disgusting, man.
They're not getting bonuses now. The bonuses
I
were
mean,
meant
they
to be
didn't
paid by
win,
Puma.
but like, I mean,
They
most
got-
of them
no.
didn't win, but like, that's not the point. It's just like, it just adds to the shame. Like, you have already done terribly. Just leave them to go.
Yeah. Blessing Oborududu, that's the
person,
wrestler
yeah.
chick, yeah. And then the lady at the long jump?
Yeah, long jump.
Yeah, long jump chick. So
Issy.
they were meant to get, last week we covered the scandal with the Puma deal
Yeah.
and whatever. They're meant to get bonuses from that. The federal government has not finished paying bonuses from when Nigeria won AFCON in 2013, which year? 2011. And everybody knows Super Eagles, when it comes to Nigerian sports, Super Eagles is basically the government's baby compared to other sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a football bias in Nigeria.
There's football bias in Nigeria. But then these people from 2011 or 2013, whenever they won last, haven't even been compensated properly. I mean, was it Okagbere that was compensated?
I don't even like to
We're not-
like, because you're talking about the football is the baby. The Falcons that the governor, that the minister said he was not expecting them to win. They literally dominate African football at the very least. Let's just say Africa. You say you were not expecting them to win, so there was nothing in place. Like, are you? But I don't even want to talk about this
Guy,
shit.
we're going there.
But
We're
also,
going there.
shout out to the U.S. female basketball team, man.
They haven't lost since
They've
94.
won gold for 7 straight.
They
Olympics.
haven't lost an Olympic game.
So this is the first loss.
They won
they've not,
again.
They won again. They haven't lost a
Seven-
game.
No, they didn't win
Listen,
gold.
listen.
They won gold.
gold.
The Nigerian.
No,
the
US.
Americans.
Oh, okay.
They haven't lost an Olympic game
Yeah.
since 1994.
Yeah, that's impressive.
My G, 94 children are 27 years old this year. They haven't lost a game.
The 2-pack at the day back.
It's crazy, man.
It's
I
crazy
saw
stuff.
that yesterday. I was like,
Crazy
what?
stuff.
7 straight. Even the football team that's even more the female football team that used
Yeah,
to
they
get
got-
all
they
the
got
hype
bronze.
before. Yeah, they haven't won. They haven't won all.
But other teams are catching up
Brazil
now.
won last
What
year
year
now.
What year did
Last
Me Against
Olympics.
the World come out?
What
yeah,
it was?
did.
Me Against the World.
Me Against the World.
What's that?
Tupac, the song. It's Me Against the
95.
World. Is it?
4.5 million.
Oh, okay.
Some
We've got
crazy
Google.
stuff, man. You guys listening to watching anything new?
Yeah, I saw Suicide Squad this weekend.
We discussed that, yeah? I liked
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
I liked it.
I
It was
actually
quirky.
prefer- Yeah, Idris, hey, it worked.
This is a G, man. I like him.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, so
Actually
Against the
made
World
me want to
95.
hit the gym, It's got this build. It's crazy.
Man,
You
Idris
know?
is one of the most hardworking people on the planet.
Yeah, he is.
That
Up-
guy
up there
gets
with The Rock.
no
yeah, I was going
days
to say The
off.
Rock. Yeah, The Rock.
You know, apart from his, at least The Rock is his acting gig. He has his schedule, however you pronounce it,
Yeah.
is full throughout the year.
Yeah.
Idris punctuates his acting gigs with DJing, rapping, documentaries. He's like all over the
I
place,
haven't
man.
seen any of his documentaries. I'd like to,
He's like all over the place, man.
but I have a lot of admiration for him.
Yeah, that's a hardworking
Great
G,
guy.
my guy.
The Rock does other stuff. He has like his partnerships with Under Armour.
Yeah, he has documentary as well. Kids, he does community service. He takes kids.
He does a lot of
to-
production.
you know
he has
that
the
thing they take
community-
kids to jails to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
where, and I think he also does outreach programs to prisons
good.
to try and get people to say, yeah, hardworking people.
If I could, I'll do everything I could to reform Nigerian prisons. It's a complete shithole.
It is.
You see, the thing with prisons.
They changed
Okay,
the name.
I have a question.
They changed
I
the
mean, the
name.
name
What
is
is it?
I mean,
You know that's
Correctional?
Nigeria.
It has
That's
correctional-
Nigeria's solution to a lot of things.
Yeah, just
change
change the name,
So
rebrand.
it's meant to be a corrections facility, not a
Uh,
punishment center. I mean,
Tomatoes, potato.
Okay, I've got
I
a
saw
question. Yeah,
pictures of a prison this weekend, and I
listen.
just
Okay,
Oh.
we've got our way of prison, which is basically punishment, the worst type of punishment where you're not even going there to learn anything, or you're not giving people skills to learn. You're not giving people ways to get back to their community. You're basically it's basically LinkedIn for criminals.
What?
Yeah, Nigerian prison services is LinkedIn for criminals. You go in there and you get harder and you come out. That's what she said. But
When you go in, then get harder. You can't get in. Can't get harder in.
What
Shut up
he
your
said
mouth.
is
Because
what
you
it
got it
is.
wrong.
Shut up
You
your
got
mouth.
it wrong.
Oh my God, you got it
You
right.
got it wrong. No, he said you go in, then get harder. How do you get harder? I don't
Then
see you're
you
going
come
in
out.
somewhere else. But like, maybe. All right.
Stop! We've got enough script. Stop!
I don't know. Because
Stop it!
clearly you don't know how to do. That's what she said. Jokes. Clearly, but like that's all right.
Well,
Yeah, because he said you go in there, then you get harder. Then he said that's what she said.
Yeah,
You
because
go
So
in-
where do you go in before you get
You
harder?
go in, you
Don't
get
you get
harder.
hard before you go in?
you
No,
go
but
in-
you have to be hard before you go in. Do you go in not hard?
Of course, you have to be hard before you go in.
There you go.
Because you won't go into prison if you're not hard.
Do you get harder when you've gone in?
Why not? You go harder.
Okay, sorry, I don't know.
You go harder.
You go harder, but you don't get harder. Okay, there we go. Clarifications.
Dragged a that's what she said joke. But forgive Captain Awesome Lady.
Forgive yourself. What do you mean?
Anyway,
Nah,
it's LinkedIn for criminals.
I revoke the offer I contested.
You say I contest it.
You go in, you do your thing.
It's what she
You
said.
get
I mean,
Now is what she said.
I mean, you started the show saying challenge everything. So
yeah.
No, but you see how
point,
point.
you see, Miskoom has
Point.
been to a correctional facility.
Point.
Now he has
Point.
been corrected.
point.
You go in, you do your thing. You come out, then you get harder.
You get anyways. There was this clip.
Bruno, you'll be all right.
There was this clip of this armed robber who was caught, and he said the police should rather just kill him because if they send him back to prison, he's not getting any refinement. He's not getting any better. Then you've got the Northern American prison system, which is basically capitalism. It's prison for money.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They get a shit ton of money. They build. It's like building a factory. And then you have the Norwegian system. I mean Scandinavian. I mean let's say, which is reformist. Was it Tolstoy that said you can tell the level of a community with how they treat their least citizens?
yeah, of course.
The poorest. You can't get poorer than a criminal in prison. What are we doing? What is the right way to go?
Nothing.
What's the right way to go? Because those guys in Scandinavia have internet, they've got a condo, they've got self-contained room.
By those standards, we, the citizens, are prisoners because, hey,
We don't have
no
them.
internet.
So
We
we don't.
don't have no internet.
We don't have free internet.
No, of course. What?
Yeah, well,
You have free road. You have free security.
well,
What
We've
do you
said
have
this,
free?
we've
What do
said
you
this a
have
couple
free?
of times on this
Yes,
pod.
everything.
Everybody is a
You are
government on his
You are
own.
a slave in this country.
Everybody is a government. You
You are a
provide your
slave.
life.
What's the difference between you
provide
and
your
people
security.
in medieval Britain? You do your work, you take care of your community, you still pay filthy to
Tax.
the
To the feudal lord.
So nothing they do for you now. Yeah, you do everything. You fix your road. You pay for security guard. You pay for driver. You pay for car. You buy fuel. End of the year, they will still come and ask you for money. It's not. You are still a slave now. It's the most unfortunate thing, but like that's just what. And the problem is enlightenment, man. I've said it before. People that are enlightened are bothered by these things. Those people in the village, all those guys that they go and give 100 naira, 500 naira, they don't care about the things that we're saying. Right, like they just try
but
to
it affects
survive.
them, man.
It affects.
That you see that your 100 naira.
It affects them. It affects them. You see, the problem is that it affects them physically, but because they don't have the enlightenment, it doesn't affect them mentally. So you just deal with it. It affects you physically and mentally.
Because you know it can be better.
Exactly. You can see how it can
It's,
be better.
it's the hope that kills you.
There you go. You can see how it can be better. You can ask yourself, like, why is this guy doing this when obviously you should be doing that? And that is where you get stressed and then you get high blood pressure
So
and you die.
how do you feel about, okay, there's this movement on the internet. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I didn't move it.
Don't be a fucking
Go
guy.
on, go on.
Rihanna recently was
Shout out
declared
Riri.
shout out Riri. She was declared a billionaire
Yeah.
because of her businesses and stuff.
Yeah.
And suddenly, people come
Sorry,
out.
you just got to. Do you know, sometimes I wish like I was a woman so I could like buy fancy stuff. Just like randomly, but continue.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment.
But just continue. Because I love Riri so
Give
much.
Tyra his Fenty flowers.
Buy fancy stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Fenty.
Wow.
That's a lot taken. We'll get back to you offline.
And I just randomly feel like now someone will be like, oh, you can buy from your girlfriend. You know, you can buy from your girlfriend, buy from your mother. I'm like, no, I want to buy for myself because I like Riri.
Kanye left the group chat.
That's an influencer.
Kanye.
Yeah. Anyway,
did he elevate into
let
this guy?
me get
They
back.
literally did.
They did. He literally did. He literally
Yeah,
did.
that's why.
Literally.
That's why I said
Anyway,
it. But continue, please.
so
The movement.
she's a billionaire now,
She is.
and a lot of people come out and say, with the problems we have on the planet, it's estimated that $350 billion will solve world poverty.
Lies. Go on.
It's the estimate. It's
After
the estimate
saying
that's
lies,
out
you have
there.
to go on.
You say go on.
Go on.
It's the estimate that's
I
out
want to
there.
get to the bottom of
Okay.
the rabbit
Yeah,
hole.
they said $350 billion would solve world poverty. And then people come out to say, nobody should be a billionaire because with the resources we have on the planet, it should go around. And then they attacked Rihanna for being a billionaire.
People attacked Rihanna? Damn.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
this is the internet poor eating the internet rich.
No, you see, when people,
Lazy Nigerian.
when people,
It's not lazy Nigerian youth. In fact, this movement,
they're probably lazy American youths.
this
But-
movement
that's okay.
is not lazy Nigerian
Of
youths.
absolutely.
Shout out lazy
fucking
Nigerian
course.
youths.
No, but
Sorosuke.
no, but for me, when people talk like that, I feel they don't even understand.
It's lazy.
They don't understand economics and value. Just because she's a billionaire doesn't mean she has 1 billion. Let's start from that. Because when you estimate someone's worth, it includes stock, it includes property. So even if she
as well.
even if she has to sell those things to raise that money. Who is going to buy it? The people that don't have money, or the people that already have money. Because if you are saying that nobody should be a billionaire, then nobody can afford those things. They are billionaires. They are billionaires based on a lot of them, even based on their stock value. So if the stock value drops, they will no longer be billionaires.
But the richest 1%
Yes.
made, even during COVID, I
Yes.
think they said they made $500 billion.
It's not in. It's also a lot of it is also in worth of your stock.
Yeah, but
It's
okay.
not in cash.
Look,
Okay, but see,
See.
it is taking,
Yes.
I mean, money like, what did they say? Money cannot be destroyed. Wealth cannot be destroyed. It can be transferred.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on.
That's what they say. Wealth cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred.
That's
Yes.
true.
Yes. Yes.
So that $500 billion, the
Yes.
argument is
Yes.
$500 billion is being taken out of the poorest, I don't know how to put it, 99%
Yeah.
Yeah.
to the rich
Yeah.
1%.
Yes. Correct. Yes. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
For me, it's a simple.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
for again,
Let me tell you,
again.
it's Matthew's law. It's in the Bible. It's Matthew's
Say
law.
what
To whom is given,
Much.
or to whom
Much
Much
has,
is given.
yeah,
Much is
More.
expected.
more will come. To who has less,
I
more is taken. So
I didn't,
have less.
I didn't see where he
Let me
was
break
going
it
with
down.
that, but
Let me explain.
he makes some sense. Yeah.
Let me explain. You start a business.
Yeah.
You solve problems.
Yes.
I charge you to solve
Solve your problem.
You pay me.
Yeah.
That's you and me. I look at my community, there are 1,000 people. I solve all their problems. They pay me. Right? That's 1,000 people paying me. Right? I'm accumulating money. I say, oh, I've done 1,000 now. I can afford to solve 10,000 people's problems. I solve 10,000 people's problems. They pay me. Right? I say, okay, now I can afford to serve 100,000 people. Service, right? I serve 100,000 people. I serve 1 million people. They pay me. I'm getting flipping richer. And then you come tomorrow and tell me, oh, I have more money than you, so I'm a bad person. For what?
No,
I toiled and labored to solve your problem.
Even just on that, it doesn't make sense. But you need to also understand, like I was saying about the value.
hell?
If you are so worried about how much these people are worth,
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
using
Stop
their
being
product.
jealous.
Okay,
Look,
okay.
Stop using
If
their
you want to
product.
get
Stop
rich,
showing
start
interest
solving
in their
problems.
product.
Start-
Because
set up a business.
the less you use it, the more the stock goes down.
So okay, I study economics, so I understand the capitalism point you're coming from.
It's not even a capitalism point. It's just like
Yeah, no, it's capitalism.
one-
Basically,
one
what
plus
you've
one
what
two.
you've listened is capitalism. But like the saying goes, you need money to make money. And poor people are busy surviving.
Okay.
It's not like they don't work hard.
Nobody is saying that.
No,
Of course they work hard.
hey, let me just. I'm
Of course
going
they
somewhere.
work
I'm going
hard.
somewhere.
So are you?
It's not like
Yes.
it's not like they
Not
don't work
anymore.
hard.
What you said, not anymore. You need
It's
money
not
to
like
make money. But go on.
It's not like they're not working hard. They are working hard. And economic science.
That guy that's a billionaire probably did not work hard. Just was really
you should-
smart,
you
very
should-
strategic.
You shouldn't work hard. You should work smarter than you work hard.
And
That's-
again,
that's-
and,
that's the
and,
21st
and,
century
and,
for
and,
you.
You can't work hard. You
and
can't
ag-
work smart if you're poor.
Absolutely,
again,
you can.
it's okay. You can make that
absolutely
point
can.
that you cannot. You can make the point that because of your already or the financial situation you already found yourself in, it's harder for you to take certain decisions that other people could take. And a lot of those rich people, they did also come from like rich backgrounds where they could
They started off as
comfortably
nothing.
do things.
Look,
No
my dad
problem.
used to sell
But my
akara
point is, why are you
to pay
worried?
for his tuition fees.
My point is, why
So
you?
when he looks at me, no matter what effort or things I do, he sees me as
Not
fucking
trying hard
over.
enough.
No, he just sees me as someone who is privileged and, you know, just as far as he's concerned, like this scallywag is just, you know, he's just, you know,
Scallywag.
entitled because he remembers his
What he went
upbringing.
through.
Yeah, exactly, and for him, like no matter what this person does, he didn't go through endure like the suffering that I went through, and so therefore, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, you started off from a platform of well-being. So what are you telling me?
Let me-
Do you know what
let
my
me-
own
let-
history is? Or
Miskoom,
story
let me
is?
tell you, you are saying
And
people
that's
should.
what that is.
You are saying people
That's what
should
you
break
see.
down their wealth. They should.
No,
I don't-
I'm not saying that. I'm just
okay,
bringing
what
up.
people
I'm
are
just
saying
bringing up.
is that
It's
people
the,
should
it's the
wait. Let me just say. I think people should break down their wealth. They should, first of all, who's going to buy the share at that price? These people already don't have money, but let's leave that. They should let them assume that they are breaking down the actual cash that they have, and they start giving it out. So Rihanna can give one person 1 million, and that guy decides that he wants to live his life like Rihanna and go and buy shit with that 1 million and end up still being broke. Like, am I going to be responsible for your lifestyle?
no, but unless that happens, we don't know that.
What do
will
you mean by
happen.
unless? Why should I take that risk? Do you mean that do you mean that rich people don't do outreaches? All these companies do CSR. So
Yes.
they are doing things to help people.
Yes.
You may not see
People
the
feel
money.
it's not enough.
Yeah, do you understand?
Just
But
because-
what people want is that they should just carry all the money. So they should
This is good wisdom.
don't start. They should not start with the billionaires. They should start with the countries. Countries have money. They have access to money. They should divide their own money and share to people first, because the countries,
no.
countries.
You see,
no, wait,
since
hold
I'm the
on,
one who
because
studied economics,
countries,
I know
countries
communism
are
doesn't
there.
work.
Countries are there to serve the people. Me, I'm not there to
Governments-
serve you.
governments-
Yes,
Governments
now,
are there to
to
serve
serve
the
the people. It's not me as an individual that's there to serve
That's
you.
not what my country told me, Sha. But yeah,
I'm not
here
there
we
to
are.
work.
Countries don't just have money. Countries make money.
Exactly.
Create money.
So if what you are saying is that they should share, the rich people to share their money, let the government start. Let the government share. This country don't even have social security.
Okay, so-
in America, in London, but people are just fucking entitled. In London, you are 16 or you are 18, give you council flat, you don't have job, they will pay you till you get a job. You like, what are you on about? Things are already being made certain level easy for you.
Okay.
And everybody cannot be on the same level.
Okay, I understand the argument. I understand the argument that there are experiments where.
But
communism-
also,
Wait,
Rihanna, if you want to give her money, and me, I'm available.
fucking.
And I will not squander it.
So I understand that communism promotes this.
Anybody, Bill, Elon,
Yeah, you go to
what's that?
Melinda,
that guy?
Melinda.
The guy that is Amazon, Jeff, anybody that just wants to give her
Oh,
money,
boy.
I'm
You know,
available.
So I understand your experiments
Yeah.
that shows communism promotes laziness, because why am I an aeronaut engineer,
Yeah, aeronautic engineer.
whatever, sharing the
Let's
same
see
thing
go there, bro.
as, I don't know, somebody selling lottery tickets? We're being,
Say again.
I am an aeronautical engineer,
Yeah.
but according to communism, we should be
Earning the same.
earning the same as somebody who is
Yeah, that's bullshit.
sat in a shop selling.
That's why Chairman Mao massacred tons of people
About that guy killed people. Though.
for owning farms and owning
That guy
cattle
killed.
and
That
you
guy.
know,
That guy.
they slaughtered
killed
people like you know.
That guy
It
killed
was
Hitler
It
numbers.
was a sin.
That guy killed Hitler numbers. He
To
killed
be
20 million
successful.
upwards.
I think
It was a sin to retain dividends of success.
I think if everyone is providing a necessary service, that's for me not necessarily a problem.
If
But when-
everybody is, but everybody can't be providing a necessary service.
and that's fine. I understand that too. But
So
that's what I say. That's what I say. If you are, then that's fine. But again, another thing you have to look at is that a lot of professions even require more money for training. So why do you think that I should now earn the same as you when I have spent more to get myself to this level? If I've had to go to a certain kind of school and pay a certain kind of fee because this is what I'm studying, and then from there go to another course or another field. And
yeah,
another,
but that's the point you are looking at. What about the people who just were born
Born
and inherit
no,
such
I'm just talking.
billions?
No, I'm just talking. I'm talking about. I'm just talking. You
Yeah,
are talking.
what's
You are,
wrong- what's wrong
you are
with
talking
those
about.
people?
You are talking about pay. I'm just talking about in terms of pay.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
If-
Making money.
Yes.
Yeah.
In terms of pay, like this is my job. If I've put more into getting, if I put more money into getting that job, I should be able to charge more.
Put more effort.
If I'm not even the effort per
Yeah.
se, because it's hard to measure the effort. That's why I said if everybody is providing a necessary service, then yes. But then also to get to that necessary service, what did it cost me? If I'm going to be a salesperson and I only need to have gone to primary school and that's all I paid, or it was free education, why should I charge the same as someone that had to go to university and do a master's after that and has paid all that? Do you get what I mean? It's the same thing as if you are in any field. If I'm a doctor and I open one shop somewhere and I'm treating people and I'm charging just for myself, it's different from when I have like an office and 10 staff. I can't charge the same thing, even if it's the same service. But because I've put more into my service in whatever manner, I need to be able to make that money back. Yeah. So people can't expect to earn the same as other people when they haven't put in the same as those people.
So, tying this point you just made
Yeah.
back to what you said about health services. Yeah. If you come up like Johnson and Johnson, we're talking about maintaining better than curing. You come up with a drug that cures COVID.
Yeah.
Some people would have sold the patent for that drug so that it would be sold at maybe $1, so that everybody could afford it.
Selling that
Yeah.
shit for $1.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's gone. Yeah.
No, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you going to charge maximum to make sure your generation's generation,
Who, me personally?
you personally? Let's start with you. Because, okay, for example, there was this asshole.
Can I save you, or can I say something?
You
Please
can say
say.
something.
So at the end of the day, it don't matter what the fuck his opinion is, because, like you said, Johnson and Johnson or whatever
Moderna.
will be an IPO company, yeah, that has shareholders and has directors and stuff. So your opinion will be drowned by fuckers who want to get returns
Yeah,
on
of
their
course.
investments and
So,
want to maximize.
so
it.
Peter,
So yes, yeah, good person, but
Peter, nice save. But the question here is if it was fully in your control. I thank you for the save, but he wants to know if it was you, if you had the final say on it. To be honest, because of the circumstances involved with something like COVID and everything that's going on, I would just want to make a little profit of it. I would not want to do it at.
So what is little?
I don't know.
Relative. What's little?
Could be 5%, 10%
Of what?
of what it cost me to develop it
Who are you
and
selling
produce it.
to?
Well, to whoever, anyone that wants to buy it now. Anyone that wants to
You're
buy
a bit
it.
naive.
Because at the end of the day, it's still a business to
So
some
you're
extent.
selling the patent off to someone else, right?
Oh, is it just the patent I'm selling on?
That's all you have. You have the IP.
No, but that's the thing. So if it's the patent, the thing is that I'm not now in control of how much it to be sold.
That's what I mean.
Okay, no. If oh yeah, that makes it.
It's your
that-
it's your IP.
That
You're
makes
selling
it. That
yourself.
makes it. That makes it more. You need to get on a call. You can say it. The people listening to us, they don't care about you. They know that you are poorly behaved. Go and get on your call.
So
If it's an IP, it makes it a bit harder.
it is IP. It's,
Yeah.
it's intellectual
I
property.
thought it
You're
was
selling
like
off.
maybe I own the pharmacy and we are making the drugs and it's about selling it out.
What you're selling is always the IP. It's the patent. It's the intellectual
No, but
property.
people, all them Johnson & Johnson, they produce the drugs and ship out now. They buy
So
from
when
them.
when a company gets taken over and everything, where the value comes in is on the patents they own and
Yes,
intellectual property.
Peter,
yeah.
that's not what we're looking at. He said if you developed a cure for COVID now,
Yeah.
right?
So what you're selling is the IP.
But if I'm a pharmaceutical company that can produce it, why would I just sell the IP? Why would I just make the drug and sell it? Isn't that what all the companies are doing? And they're making the ones that are doing the vaccines, they're making the vaccines and selling
Every
it.
time you see these things being sold, it's the IP that's being sold.
I don't. Okay, so maybe I have.
So let me break it down to you. So for
Okay.
example, like you see, like Uber, right?
No, not Uber. Use the vaccine for COVID. Don't use Uber. I understand.
Alright, so the vaccine
Yes.
for COVID, right?
Yes.
So I figured out what blend of chemicals and whatnot. to
Miskoom,
mix
really,
together
nobody cares.
to create a cure for something,
Yes.
right? I'm a company, Johnson and Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm selling Johnson and Johnson is just a brand. It means as much as it means to people who believe in Johnson and Johnson. Otherwise, it's fuck all. It's just
Okay.
text. What is of value to any off-taker is the
When you
IP.
say off-taker, what do you mean?
An off-taker is for you who
Yes.
wants to buy Johnson and Johnson.
No, but that's not what we're talking about, Peter.
So you spoke about buying this thing now.
What the drug?
That's what I'm telling you.
You are not talking about buying the company. Okay,
That's
continue.
what I'm telling you.
Okay,
The
yes.
drug is
Yes.
it's not the physical. It's the IP. Is what this chemical can do this. That is
No,
when-
but who is the person that's buying it is the final consumer. Now, it's either human beings or Johnson and Johnson. They make different things now. They make Head and Shoulders. And
You're
then
not-
no, sorry,
you're
that's
talking
Procter and
about
Banker.
consumer, you're not talking about. You said when you said someone buying Johnson and Johnson.
No, I didn't say someone buying Johnson. Someone buying the drug. He's asking how much will I sell the drug for if I had
I
a
see.
cure for
Is that
COVID.
what
For
you're
mankind.
Yes.
For mankind, yeah.
So
So
final
how much,
consumer,
like,
not the
how
not
much
the company.
consumer, not customer. How much the ill person is buying the thing.
Yeah,
for.
or the country that's buying it on behalf of them, whatever. But
Oh, I see.
yes, how much will you
And
sell?
then you're okay. I see. Sorry, I've been too much on the corporate thing. Anyway, so
Yeah.
so your response was what?
So I was saying that maybe 5-10% profit on what it costs to research and produce.
Okay, you actually.
And the answer was what? Let me tell you what happens in real life. In
No,
reality.
what would you do? We're not asking about real life.
What will I do?
Yeah, what would you sell it at? Would you sell it at your basic cost price? What level of profit would you make?
I'll ask
Will
you a question.
200%, 100%?
I'll ask you a question.
You ask who?
You.
The person that's trying
You're
to
the
buy
one
or
who
me-
is dying.
He's-
You need the drug to survive. I'll ask you
Peter,
a
I'm
question.
fucking like how much do you want to you?
No.
What would you ask?
What's the value of your life?
Oh boy.
I fucking hate this guy. So basically Peter would
Oh boy.
people would literally hope people
If
buy
you
little
can,
notes.
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
dead.
That's what happens. That's reality.
Miskoom,
Because
what would
at
you?
the end of the day,
Miskoom, what would you do?
Entrepreneurs.
We agree
or-
with you. We get what you're.
Jesus Christ.
We get the point that you're making. Yes.
No.
You'll milk it. You'll make it to make all the
Okay,
money.
let's
you
make
want.
this juicier.
No, but you tell us what
General
you
cure
sell
for
it
I have
at.
cancer.
ambitions now.
You have what?
Wait,
Ambition.
homeboy.
And I want to find
Homeboy,
out
wait, a general cure for cancer.
We're saying the same thing now.
In 100 years, Big P. 100 years, let's say. we're all not alive, would you rather, let's say, 100 years from today is the day you die, yeah? Would you rather your one perfect cure for cancer made you a gazillionaire, or that your name will live in the fact that you provided the medication, but you sold it for the cheapest to make it available to everybody? Your legacy is that you provided it for 150 naira, make sure everybody can provide it, can access it with the amount of cancer patients we have in the world, regardless.
Tell all the dumbasses to stop eating processed food and stop being dickheads.
My G, Bruno.
And I'll tell them, look,
Bruno, my
if you must make
goodness.
stupid mistakes.
Please
and
give me
be
the clear drink.
You must be dickheads and make mistakes that will fucking ruin your life.
So basically,
and
you're
make
charging
you
full
look
price.
shorter, then
You're charging full
means,
price.
Yes, you need to pay premium for this service because you're a fucking dickhead.
They're kids.
However,
My guys don't say however.
yeah, there are people who, I mean, hey.
Peter,
can't
you
have
under-
certain
Peter,
things.
you understand that you cannot do it on a case-by-case basis.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Because everybody cannot be coming to find you in your house to explain their case, why they need your cancer
Let me tell you
drug.
something. I believe there are people walking this planet that are immune
That's
to,
not-
to certain
Peter, that's not the
diseases.
point.
They're immune to HIV
Great.
and cancer.
But Peter,
and
that's,
shit.
yeah, but that's not the point. Someone in Brazil whose child had cancer of the stomach at birth or at 1 year cannot come and find you where you are to be telling you their own story.
Yeah.
So you have to have made this drug readily available around the world.
It's not your. It ultimately isn't your duty
No, of course
to
it's not.
guarantee the livelihood of every single
Jesus
human
Christ.
being on earth.
Peter, but we're saying that you have the ability to ensure
It's
that
your
nobody,
choice.
that nobody suffers from cancer again.
Yeah.
So would you sell it at the bare minimum? Say, as you said, 150
So
naira.
let me ask you a
Oh.
question. Yes, I can stop cancer. Yeah.
Yes.
But are you willing to take the necessary steps to stop? You're suffering from it. Are you willing to take the necessary steps to stop it from happening? So okay, what if I stop cancer? There are many people that there's someone who will give me the cure for free. So to hell with this, I will eat the poison like it is suya. Fuck you.
Peter, I get that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
if
brutal.
the person came to your house and said that now. But you will not know where the person is. We're just saying to make it available at the best price that everyone can access it.
So let me break it down to you so you understand where I'm coming from.
No, I know exactly where you're coming
No,
from.
you don't.
You don't want people to be
No, you don't.
irresponsible with their lives.
No, you don't. That's
Okay,
not it.
sorry.
So you see, for me, it's a test of character, right? It's not about what I'm doing. It's not about I'm curing this disease or I'm solving a world problem or whatever. It's more about the people. You create a solution to a problem. Are they going to exploit it or not? That's what that is for me.
Yeah, but that's not your call anymore.
Exactly.
That's not
Because
your
now
call
you
It
are
was
saying.
never my call.
So now you are
So
saying.
then why should I
No,
want
but
to
we're
put
saying.
my
No,
top this thing into?
But we're saying
Solve
that
something
at this
that's not my
point
problem.
is now your call. You have the cure or you have the vaccine to say that anyone that takes this shot will never get cancer or whatever it is. It can't be a case by case basis. It's a matter of how do you want to provide it to the people. Are you going to make it easily accessible? Just like how you were saying back in the day.
Do you care so much about how people think about you?
It's not about how people
That's
so,
what it boils
so,
down to. That's
so,
what
so,
that's
so,
the interpretation to me.
No, but I just
How people see me. I don't give a fuck about how people think about me.
Okay, how
So-
how about your legacy? What do you feel about your legacy?
Yeah, so that's a different thing. That yes, I created a cure.
a legacy is
And-
caring about a legacy is how people think about you.
Over time. That's
Yes.
that's why I'm asking him.
Caring
Over
about a
time,
legacy
what
is
do
how
you
people
think?
think about you. It's a legacy for yourself.
Yes, but context is a primary
Oh my
factor to
God.
that. So
Yeah.
So
So what do you
hold that
think
there, that's
your
what I'm
legacy
saying.
is going
Huh?
to be with your line of
over
thought
you
at the
found
moment?
cure is enough.
Actually,
Look
yes.
at Einstein. Hey,
Yes.
law of relativity got
But-
proved after.
No, but they
decades
can,
after
but they can also be an
he died.
addendum. So they can say he found the cure, but he was a dickhead. I only sold it to the rich.
So
Yes.
fuck him. He still found the cure.
Fine,
It's
no
there.
problem. If
His
you're okay,
name is there,
if you're
so-
okay with that, then that's fine.
So exactly, that's
So,
what. That's
so
what I asked
for
you
me,
if you
so
care
for
about
me,
how people think.
for me, it's not about what people think. It's about what am I able.
Obviously, that's a factor.
No, for me, it's not even that. It's just about how am I'm able to do this thing for people. What do I need in return from it? Okay, the bare minimum, I'm going to be able to still be able to run my organization, pay my own staff,
Why should you want?
give them bonuses for what they've done. So if I say 5-10%, yes, I do that, and we move
To
on.
run the bare minimum, yeah?
Yes, let people get access to this
But your
thing.
kids will hate you.
Which kids? My
your,
kids.
Your
Eh,
kids.
I mean,
Because
we'll,
the money won't reach them.
no, but well, I mean,
Your grandchildren hate you because the money won't reach them.
we'll still have money, but it's like doesn't have to be excessive. It doesn't have to be. We still have money. It doesn't have to be excessive. It doesn't have to be from that one thing, because if I'm a pharmaceutical company, that's not the only thing I'm selling.
See, money is a tool. You need to use it to make dreams come true and to solve problems, right? If you have enough resources to solve the problems you want to solve, then you're fine. That's enough. If you don't have enough, whatever it takes legally to get the resources to solve those problems, that's fine.
I like
So
how you
you
said
asking
legally.
people how much they value their life. So if you value your life, like say
But you can't
it's
ask
20K.
individual people.
If you hang on, you value your life, you say it's 20K naira, and you say, okay, look, this thing is 10,000 naira, it's half the value of your life. It will solve your problem, and you pay for it. You're not a bad person because you've acquired enough resources, from this one individual, which you'll acquire for a lot more to aggregate to solve another problem you've identified as something worth taking on.
Anyways, I think
As far as I'm concerned, that is fair. That's okay. Because no one helped you to solve the problem you've just solved for the millions of people who need that solution.
yeah, but if
People
you
need to stop being selfish
no,
and
but
entitled.
if you've solved it and millions of people cannot access it because it's now too expensive.
My brother, let me tell you the bigger
And
game.
are you-
Why you're
wait.
naive. And why COVID is because there are governments that can pay for it. You know why? Because they create money, they print money from
Of
thin
course,
air.
of course.
And that is the gamble that you're seeing today. Is because these guys, it's not like they don't care about their neighbors or whatever. They do. But they know that they have a mugu they can hold to ransom. And that mugu is called government. Because they can hold governments to ransom. Because governments create money out of thin air. That's why Robert Kiyosaki said, look, why am I saving money? Rich dad, poor guy. Rich dad, poor dad
people
guy.
hold governments
He
to
said,
ransom.
why am I saving money when people print money from nothing?
Do you know what? This is the biggest compliment you've actually given to the Nigerian government because you said they are not mugus.
Yes, I mean,
And not
Since
just
you
that.
can't hold them
No,
accountable.
Now that he said
Since you can't hold them
people
accountable.
hold government to ransom in this
Yeah.
country where
In
they
this-
kill people.
No, he meant in countries that they have sense, not in
Even
this
in
country.
those ones.
It happens everywhere. Like,
Anyway.
But it's okay. Peter would take all you guys' money.
Bruno will take all your money. Capitalist ass.
Yeah.
Ass.
Hey,
Thank you guys for discharging with us. We've come to the
I'll
end.
solve your
Like,
problems, though.
Come to the
Don't
end,
go
is
to
what she
don't go to
said.
Bruno to solve your problems. He will also eat you up. Please remember to subscribe, like, and click the alert. I'm absolutely sure I got that right.
You're
And I
talking
wish
to
that
people
someone
whose
in the
problems are already
editing
them.
room can
Now, at
put the
least that's
subscribe,
really
like, and
really
alert.
Aren't you the guy putting the
Subscribe.
subscribe, like, and alert? Isn't
Yeah,
that your
like
job?
and alert. No, I'm not the one in the editing room. Catch you next week.
Thank you for discharging with us.
Yeah.
It's my wife's birthday tomorrow.
You're married. Oh, congrats.
Happy
birthday to her. What's her
Ray
name?
baby.
You said
Say her name now.
I'll eat people up.
Ray baby.
Ray baby.
You said I'll eat people up.
Yeah.
Their problems, I'll finish them. It's only Pomo that remains.
I don't understand what your beef with Pomo is.
It's
Yeah.
Pomo is terrible, but
So Pomo is horrible.
it's
However,
Wow.
there's no however. End it there.
See.
Pomo
We're
is
going to have
horrible.
a full podcast on
However-
Pomo
No,
because some of
about
us
what?
are not going to take
no,
this
however,
slander.
there's just one grade of Pomo that is.
Agreed.
You see this Abeokuta and Ibadan women, the Amala women that make I don't know how they do it. There's this thing that's like carpet grass. Once you put it in your mouth, it
Please,
just
let's go. We
dissolves.
need to.
That
What do you mean it's like carpet grass?
That Pomo is super soft. It just melts.
My G.
Is that how
But
carpet,
everything
is that how
outside
carpet
that-
grass is?
My G.
Shaki, Kapega.
My
Shaki
G.
is the type of Shaki.
That's
Happy birthday, Ray,
that
baby.
No,
when you
Kwamo,
even look
sorry,
at
not
Episode
Shaki,
66
Kwamo.
dedicated to you. I love you. Happy birthday.
We're done recording now.
Yeah.
Oh shit, so cuts?
Oh, they have not stopped.
Oh, okay.
When I went out,
Take
he was
that
still talking.